Well, hello, Robert Heffernan. This is EndoTech's Market Vitals. It's our show talking tradable assets. Hold on one second. We went live here. I wasn't 100% ready. Sometimes they'll do that to you. Hold on. There we go. All right, listen. Stopped out of the S&Ps. Let me just talk about the losers first. Stopped out of the S&Ps. Dovish talks from the European Union. I don't know what other news items. I got to tell you something, though. I knew that it couldn't all be right? I knew that you couldn't be having the stock market go up and gold go up and rates go lower. So my problem with my trade was I didn't have the other legs of that situation on, which would have saved me. Anyway, the SPUs right now, September, the front contract now, trading 29.22. And all is well, all is calm, and there will be a rate announcement tomorrow, and we shall see how this all plays out if the Fed does not ease. It could be a very interesting day tomorrow afternoon for sure. You know what? Let's do the rounds. Doing the rounds, my chance to talk about actionable trading information. Actually, that's the vital segment. The rounds is just, what's going on in the world. I'm pulling them from Twitter, 3 tweets that I want to talk about here, and I'm going to talk about the hog market in particular on the vitals. Again here, this is a tweet. Robobank predicts meat shortages due to ASF in China. This is not new news. This is old news. This is news that has been going on it'll be going on a year, end of August. And while the market did rally, and I actually made some good money on this news, the last several months have been nothing but a painful trade if you have been trading the headlines, if you have been following the headlines and the complete catastrophe that's going on in China and the rest of Asia as it is relates to the hog market, and you were long, you're continually donating to the market. And I know I've said this before, and I will say it pretty much every time I talk to anybody about trading, is that your opinion and what you think the fundamentals should be can stay a lot different than the actual trading situation going on, especially if you're trading leverage for a lot longer than you can trade. That is for sure. So anyways, my caution to you is that the news can be one thing, but the trading direction can be another. I do believe long-term, at some point, this major shortage, a major worldwide protein shortage has got to play out in the markets. It's just not playing out in the U.S. market right now. Completely different thing going on in China as their hog prices are going through the roof on a daily basis. And until we get the trade deal figured out and the tariffs come off, I'm not sure that there's going to be any savior for hog prices in the U.S. We have just an incredibly giant production, way more than the past year's averages. And without export markets to drive that product, there's just there's no hope in sight until that happens. Anyway, wanted to point that out. Let's move on down the road because even more particularly and close to home here from this trader's perspective is the continual diatribe of talk about Bitcoin, 10,000, 11,000, 15,000 new highs. You cannot go very far in the Twitter sphere around Bitcoin and see just incredible predictions going on. And it's just one after the other. And I will tell you this, there is potential in the market, but there's also potential both ways. And we're going to talk about that in the vitals. The other thing I wanted to talk about and let you know that Andreas Antonopoulos is, as far as I'm concerned, one of the best, smartest, a guy that explains things better than most in the space. So if you want to know something about crypto, go to YouTube, follow Andreas's YouTube channel, and give him a listen and keep listening to him on a daily, weekly basis if you want to become knowledgeable in the asset class from a fundamental point of view. Anyway, he was talking about the Facebook Libra coin, which the white paper and testnet launched yesterday or exposed yesterday. And he's talking about how it will really compete more with retail and central banks. And it's going to be fun to watch how this all evolves. But since the Libra coin is not open, public, permissionless, borderless, neutral, and censorship resistant, it is not that. It is not a true cryptocurrency. Anyway, again, highly recommend Andreas and how he explains things. I've watched a lot of what he has to say to inform me, and I highly recommend him. Anyway, let's take the vitals and talk about price action. All right, taking the vitals, we get to talk actual price discovery in this segment here. And as I said, Tuesdays will be ags, and since I trade hogs a lot, I'm going to start with the hogs. July hogs, of course, there we go. 81.77 last, 81.72, below the value range, firmly in lower momentum now. 82.93 was that level. They got above there for a little bit. They made a high of 83.30, but didn't spend very much time above that value range. Above that momentum level, that 82.92 up or lower momentum level in the hogs. And now just, a lot of room to the downside here. You got it fully down to 80.68 is the lower momentum collar. Again, what did I say? 81.62 last, so below the low of value now. I expect fully these things to keep cratering. There's just been no great news. Even with the disaster that's happening in Asia, no follow-through to the U.S. market, no explosive exports, no explosive cash numbers, plenty of hogs to go around, a giant kill again this week, and projected a big kill next week. And now we're going to get through some of the summer here where we're supposed to have the lowest kill levels. We haven't really seen it drop off yet. And then I got to tell you something. If they don't get something settled here with China and we go into the fall when naturally the kills pick up even more, wow, you want to talk about some meat that they've put into the DECE and Feb contract of next year, and a lot of long open interest, setting up for a major debacle there as we have suffered here in the summer months this year. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing in hogs. Mind the mo. They can't seem to hold out of lower momentum, so lower they will go. All right, and then let's talk Bitcoin. And again, all the talk on Twitter, it's nauseating as far as I'm concerned. It's nauseating, all the pumping going on. And Bitcoin right now, hold on one second, let me get you that number. They had been taking them lower here. And Bitcoin last at Bitfinex is $9,008. $9,008. And again, that up momentum level on the daily, 87.44 on the daily. So a full test of that. And then 84.32 is that weekly up momentum level. That's what I fully expect us to go do. Go check out these momentum levels, the daily and then the weekly. If we get a bounce off of that 87.44, that's going to be a little sign of strength here. But I gotta, I've been saying this. I think we need to test the weekly line here. We tested the monthly line, and they bounced right off of that at 75.01. The line was 74.99 for that monthly up momentum level. And so we've had a nice pop off of that level on the monthly. I just think we need to test the weekly line, which was 84.32. That's what I'm looking for. I'm actually mildly long here, but I'm looking to put a nicer and bigger position on a test of the weekly momentum level, 84.32.20 to be exact. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm seeing. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Please tune in tomorrow for another segment of Market Vitals. And please go to EndoTech.io and subscribe. You get this Blockchain Vitals sheet. And please subscribe at EndoTech.io. Also, please follow us on Twitter at EndoTech.io and at HFR from the floor. And let's have a conversation about tradable assets. Thank you so much for watching.